Hello everyone, I'm Food for Dogs and I'm back again sooner than I had anticipated with another Idea Factory unboxing. We only very recently did the Dragon Star Varnir unboxing and that turned out to be absolutely beautiful. I'm so pleased with this. I have to confess I was in more than two minds about getting the other game that Idea Factory released this year called Death End Request. Originally, I thought I would bypass it and just get a digital copy, but after talking about all the artistic influences and seeing how many of the Idea Factory games I actually have, starting with the PlayStation 3, um, I I suppose I weakened. I caved in, and I thought, in years to come, I'd probably regret it if I didn't get it. So that's my excuse anyway. It arrived much faster than I thought it would. So here we are, and I want to have a quick look, a comparison look at those two. We'll be unboxing Death End Request because I've only taken the cellophane off. Apart from that, I haven't touched anything inside the box. So we'll do that now. The game and the mouse pad were packaged outside of the box. And once again, Idea Factory have a note on their website saying that for reasons to do with Sony, they have agreed to do it that way so they can continue to bring us these limited editions. Now, I don't know, of course, what the story behind all this is. It strikes me as slightly odd. But there we are. I don't suppose we'll ever know the background, or maybe in years to come. Now, one reason why I wasn't initially excited about getting a limited edition for Death End Request, I knew there was going to be a mouse pad in it. And to be quite honest, mouse pads are one of the least desirable items for me personally in a limited edition box. I've got a good, very large mouse pad I use with my laptop, and that's probably going to last me about 10 years. I don't need multiple mouse pads. If it had a really beautiful design on it, then I might use it, for display. But with this one, I'm not quite sure. It's well made. It's thick and well padded, but it is quite small. I can't see it being terribly useful, so I'll just keep it in that cellophane wrapping. The game came with a sticker for the bonus DLC on the cellophane, so I rescued that so I don't lose it. And we'll start digging into the box. Now, one reason why I'm really quite keen on a comparison is that you will remember one of the main designers for Dragon Star Varnir was Kei Nanamida, and he is listed as the character designer for this game. So there is a really direct comparison there. So I'll just open up the box. This is the back of the box. Now I would describe the front finish compared with Dragon Star Varnir, which is quite a high gloss finish and looks really stunning. I would describe this as a well, maybe semi-matte finish. It's definitely not glossy, and quite somber colours, of course. So I'll leave the box there. Yeah, we had to put down, I tried putting down a cloth on the table because my cameraman last time complained about reflections of light coming off the surface from the table, so he had to cope with that. So cameramen are very, very sensitive. I'm learning this. So first up we have the steel book. And that, of course, has a metallic finish. Let's have a look. I assume it's it. And I think that actually looks really good. Yep, just your standard steel bookcase. Just a logo on the back. But I do like the design on the front. That is very nice. So next up in the box we have the soundtrack. And that comes with 24 tracks on it. Odysseus Symphonic Trance. 24 tracks. So that's nice. And here is a little cloth in a nice thick little plastic cover. And that feels very nice. That's obviously a microfiber cloth. And that looks very good, I'd have to say. That's very nice. And I think that's, oh no, goodness me, no, there's more. There is more. Of course we have an art book. And in keeping with the general design, which seems to be based around darker colours and a black background or edging, the art book is black background. And I'm obviously keen to see what the art is like. So here we have some character design. And I'll see if I can pick out another one. Oh yes, Lily hopes it looks good. Now, of course, I will have to give my instant impression of comparison, and I would have to say, yes, K Nanameda, Dragon Star Varnir, Death and Request, a very similar style of artwork, highly detailed but still very clean. I find it very appealing, beautiful colours. Now, another thing that is quite important to most of us gamers is the design of the monsters. And as you're probably aware, most companies in Japan have separate monster designers. Obviously, a very specialized task. So, have a look at some of the monster designs. Now, monster design, I looked it up on the Idea Factory website, and they have listed two names as monster designers. The first one is Yuji Kaida, and his previous work has spanned primarily television and film. He's worked on Japanese franchises such as Godzilla, Macross, and Gundam, all of them well known in the West and I think very popular. So it's interesting to see him being used for a video game, but it should be pretty similar. After all, a monster is a monster. The second one listed is called Kia Asamiya, and that is a pen name. And he is one of the most widely published Japanese manga artists. I don't read a lot of manga, so I'm not too familiar with those names, but if you read manga, you may know the name Kia Asamiya. He's also very recently worked on, as a staff member, on one video game, and that was Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Now, there are also listed, there's a separate summon designer listed, and that is Junya Ishigaki, an anime artist from many very well-known famous anime series. I recognized a lot of the names, so he's got obviously a very, very good background there. He also did mechanical design for Xenogears and for the complete Xenosaga series. So obviously a very experienced person, and he worked on the summoning designs. So I'll finish off the art book by showing you some of the background art, which, to be fair, in Idea Factory games has, the background art has often been criticized, and rightly so, I'd have to say. It has often been generic and not very detailed, and often a bit muddy looking. Anyway, here's some of the background artwork. And that is the art book. Now, in closing, I would just like to show you exactly what I did in my last video with the Dragon Star Varnir game case. We have, oh yes, fans of reversible cover art rejoice, because we have a reversible sleeve. So I'll just get that out. So this is the one that it ships with on the outside. And the reverse is this. And you can see that they have used the artwork from the box. It is that image they've used for the reversible sleeve design. So there you are. As I said at the beginning, I was just a wee bit hesitant about getting it, but assuming that I'll like the game, and I think I will, the theme of the game certainly appeals to me, what I've heard about it. It is another very solid offering from Idea Factory. They seem to have got a groove in how they're doing their limited editions, and that's not a bad thing. All I can say, dear Idea Factory, next time, could you please use something else instead of the mouse pad? That's all. That's my only complaint. I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing. Obviously, I'll be covering the game once I get around to it. Um, I'll see you all around. Keep well. I'm Food for Dogs. Bye bye.